We need to talk. Stop taking teleport on Fiora. And I'm serious. Stop taking teleport on Fiora. We're going to look at some stats and talk about why we shouldn't be taking teleport on Fiora anymore. It seems to be a little bit obsolete, and Ignite just seems to be the way to go. So we're just looking at the statistics of a win-to-loss ratio with Flash and Teleport, and then Flash Ignite. So this is Plat Plus, right? 50.6, 51.9, not too big of a difference, but we're seeing, you know, that's still 1.5% more wins than losses, and that's Plat Plus. Now we go with the Diamond, and the win-loss ratio gets a little crazier. Now we're seeing a 2.5% difference. Diamond 2, okay. Now we're seeing a actual losing. The highest pick rate is going to be Flash and Teleport, but it's a negative win rate. And then we have Flash Ignite with a 53.4 for the win rate. Now let's go to Masters, and it just stays the same, right? So the reason you would take Ignite over Teleport is when other people are taking it as well. We're a hyper carry when we play Fiora, and we need to be able to scale. And if we get put behind because somebody's playing Ignite, well then we don't do any damage for the whole game, and we have to wait until we get 3 items, which might take 25, 30 minutes. And by that time, the game might be over. So we need to make sure that we're like scaling with the enemy later, and if they're not taking Teleport, then we don't need it either. We don't need Teleport to match their non-existent Teleport, and we can actually split and fight against them with Ignite and win the 1v1s. So let's look at a few of the best Fiora players and see what they're doing. So we'll start with Owen, obviously. We'll start with Owen, who is the guy who did the coaching session. Grandmasters, 683 LP, and it looks like he's going on a little bit of a loss streak, but we'll still see Ignite all around the board, right? He's running Ignite every game. So he got Teleport here. Teleport in one of these games, let's see. Or 2 of these games, he got Teleport against, well, he's running mid in this one. He's got Teleport here. He's got Teleport, and there is some lanes where you'll take Teleport. We'll talk about that at the end. He's got Teleport here, but I'm only seeing it, what, 1 game? But mainly Ignite, right? We'll look at Potent, and we'll see a lot. Actually, he mixes it up a little bit, so we'll see he's got some Barrier in there, some Ghost, Teleport, and Ignite, even Exhaust. Just taking a little bit of everything. And Challenger, 1000 LP on EU West. And we'll look at mine. Masters 150. So I've got a few teleports. I want to talk about the difference of why. So we're seeing all the best Fiora players taking Ignite because every other laner we play against is always taking Ignite. So like in this game, for example, the Teemo has Ignite. So we want to match that Ignite, right? And then we'll see in lanes where the enemy ends up taking Teleport, and it's more of a skill matchup, or it's an advantageous lane, like Fiora and Gwen. Well, she took Ghost or Teleport here. We took Ignite, and we ended up going 9-1, and she goes 0-10. When you already have the advantage in lane, and then you take Ignite as well, well then you can just hard carry the lane. There is some lanes where you're going to want to take Teleport. Obviously, lanes like if somebody's like doing the Inting Scion, we take it just so you can match him. You'll take it into like terrible lanes like Kennen or something like that. For the most part, though, it seems that Ignite is just the way to go. There was one game where I didn't take. I want to see if I can find it and show you guys. This one right here. These are the type of games I'm learning as I go, but it seems that Ignite is really just what you want to build. Ignite is the summoner you want to take with you in lane. In this game right here, we see that we lost to a 2-18 Scion. And why did we lose to a 2-18 Scion? Well, because we didn't have Teleport. So he was able to split push and then take a tower or 2, and the game went on long enough that he was able to do something. Now if I had Teleport, I could have split pushed with him, and then I could have teleported to my team and possibly ended the game. Unfortunately, this is one of those games where Ignite kind of put me behind. But look at the damage, right? 75k. So let's look at the damage that Ignite actually does as we scale, right? It's crazy. It's actually insane. So we've got Ignite here at level 1, and this is only 70 true damage, right? 70 true damage, but it's the grievous wounds that make it work, right? So in the top lane, we got a lot of Gore Drinker builds. We've got a lot of healing champions like Aurelia, Set with his passive Gangplank, Riven, Aatrox. There's so many healing champions in the top lane. So you got to imagine, right? So this is going to scale the damages. We'll level it up and we'll look at it, but we're looking at the 70 true damage and then the 60% grievous wounds. You got to imagine how much damage within those 5 seconds that you're fighting that enemy champion, where there's a massive difference, right? There's a massive difference of their healing. So not only are you doing the true damage from the Ignite, well, you're taking away their healing as well. So this might, 70 might turn into 120 or 150 at level 1. which is so crazy to think about, right? And so we level it up once, and it goes up to 90. Goes up to 90 plus the extra, right? So now level 3, 110. So this is going up 20 every level. So as we get up, now we're fighting somebody at level 11. We're in a 1v1. We're doing 270 true damage and stopping their grievous wounds. Imagine this into like a gore drinker fighter. Imagine this into Aurelia, who's going to heal off the minions. Well, now she's healing for 40% instead of 60, right? So instead of her healing for, let's say, 100 for each minion she queues, well, now she's healing for 40. So then you put that into account along with the 270 true damage. Well, my Ignite just did 700 damage to this Aurelia in the 5 seconds that we were fighting. It's just so OP for 1v1s that when you put this on top of having the Grand Duelist Fiora, one of the best 1v1ers in the game, you just become unstoppable. You become unstoppable in the side lane, which also gives you a little bit of leeway where you don't need to take like the Strident Bork build as much for maximum damage. You can get away with going Gore Drinker and Death's Dance and Maul and having resistances and being a little bit more tanky, grabbing a Randuin, maybe even a Sterix. This opens up your availability and options to items, and I think that we should all be a little bit more open-minded when it comes to Ignite. I think you only should be taking Teleport, honestly, into lanes where you know that they can outsplit you, like a Scion or a Tryndamere or something like that, or a Kennen, or a very bad counter lane. But I think for the most part, if you think that your enemy is going to take Ignite, you should take it too. You should take it too, and then you'll just win the lane. You'll just win the lane every time. I mean, at level 18, this thing's doing 410 true damage. True damage, by the way. So no armor or MR is going to stop it. 410 true damage and stopping all healing effect. It's way too strong. On a 180-second cooldown, 3 minutes. We're talking about a 3-minute cooldown compared to a 6-minute cooldown scaling with Teleport. I mean, what I really want you guys to do, is to go into your next game, that you run Teleport and count how many times you actually teleport. And then play a game of Ignite and count how many times you Ignite. See where the value lies. Thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate you. And until next time, peace out. Love you. Bye-bye.